Our next guest is not only a trailblazer, but an icon in the fashion world and beyond. Beverly Johnson made her splash onto the scene when she became the first ever black model to be on the cover of Vogue in 1974. And now, 50 years later, Beverly Johnson is bringing her life to the stage in her one-woman off-Broadway show, Beverly Johnson in Vogue, which reveals an intimate look into her journey as a supermodel, her relationships, and involvement in the Me Too movement. And now, none other than the Beverly Johnson joins us in studio. Thank you so much for coming on.
Are you kidding? Thank you so much for that introduction. I want to get a copy of that, you know?
It's not enough. It doesn't say enough about you. 50 years.
50 years.
I kind of had to do a double take when I saw the numbers and did the math. Half a century ago.
Half a century.
How does that feel when you think about? I'm sure you still remember the moment you got that call.
The moment. It's like it was yesterday. But I can't really get wrapped around the 50 years, you know. But when I think about my grandchildren, you know, it makes it a little easier.
I know that right before COVID, you started doing this in California, right? You had the show.
That's correct.
What made you decide, you know what, let's take this on the road. Let's go to New York and do this right off Broadway.
So it's very interesting. We did a workshop in West Hollywood, and it was really, I mean, it just moved. And then I got laryngitis, because now I'm learning how to breathe when I speak. And then COVID hit, so it was down. And then I'm up in Palm Springs, and somebody showed me this cultural center. I said, this is perfect. They had 3 theaters, a 100-seat, a 500-seat, and they gave me the 500-seat. I said, but where am I going to get the butts to go in the seats? But we did, and it was just really wonderful. And Josh Ravitch, who created Carrie Fisher's Wishful Drinking, and Dick Van Dyke's he's a one-man expert, one-woman expert show. And he says, I said, what am I going to do to celebrate the 50 years of that cover? I got to do something.
What would you say was the hardest part of your life to revisit?
Always losing the custody of my daughter. I'll start crying right now.
Okay.
You know, if I just think of it. And well, that was a life wake-up time for me. You know, I'm just a little small-town girl from Buffalo, New York, you know. Went to Northeastern University, wanted to be a lawyer, and this, you know, modeling thing came out of left field, and then, you know, the world opened up to me because of that historic Vogue cover, and along with that came, you know, meeting people and not being very green, and, you know.
You've said that, in fact, you didn't realize you were the first black woman, right?
Exactly.
And you really weren't all that aware of racism at the time.
Exactly. And not, you know, I was fascinated because my father and I, we would watch the news together. That was one of our little things. I'd be practicing my flutter kits, watching a black and white television, and you know, the civil rights movement, and I remember them getting arrested and the hoses and everything. And at that moment, that little 8-year-old, that little 9-year-old, I was saying, I'm going to grow up, I'm going to be a lawyer, I'm going to be able to get them out of, it was just, you know, that kind, and that's when I made a decision that I wanted to be a lawyer. And so I had a very, you know, family, I'm the middle child of, and my mom and my dad, and you know, everybody went to college and finished except me. but you know, they had something more in line for me to do, and it was this calling, I guess. Or actually, my parents, you know, the cost of living is going up, and they're making the same monies. And so when I found out that this whole modeling thing that everybody's talking about made $75 an hour, my father made that a week.
Wow.
I said, I think I should.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I said, I think I want to investigate that. And that's how the whole thing came about. And so a lot of it, that is also in the show.
And I just have, you look great. I mean, 50 years on a magazine. I can't even imagine you're older than 50 years old.
Me too.
Beverly Johnson, we thank you so much for coming on the show. Do want to let our viewers know that Beverly Johnson in Vogue is now available to watch at 59 East 59 theaters until February 4th.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.